Good day, everyone. It's Lauren Maxey with your daily counsel update for the day. Today, we're going to be discussing the top 3 reasons we see some of our estate planning clients establishing LLCs for their rental real estate property. It's very, very common. We kind of work through the estate planning process and learn about their asset picture. And one of the common assets we come across is pieces of real estate that are being rented out, whether it's a home that we lived in and fixed up and started renting out while we moved into a new home over here, or it's something that's been acquired over time, but very, very common where estate planning clients have those pieces of rental real estate. Now, a couple of different reasons. Again, I wanted to dive into the top 3 reasons of why we recommend looking a little closer at potentially putting an LLC in place and whether that's appropriate for them. So very individualized discussion, but number 1 is kind of a simple reason, and it's a very common reason: privacy. So if you're able to establish an LLC and purchase the rental real estate in the LLC, you can have a lot of privacy so that whoever is out there searching the Register of Deeds or searching the Secretary of State's, those websites aren't necessarily bringing up your name. It's bringing up an LLC name that's a little more anonymous. So frankly speaking, a lot of people don't want everyone knowing all of their asset holdings and every little piece of real estate. It's terrible, but that could potentially make them a target for lawsuits or something like that, a more attractive there. So privacy, kind of an easy number 1. Number 2, there are some potential tax savings to establishing an LLC. And this is, again, a very individualized discussion to have with your CPA. We facilitate these conversations very often. But there's a new deduction called the QBI deduction, or the Qualified Business Income Deduction, that potentially could apply if you establish this type of LLC. There's certain safe harbor rules in place now. But the reason it's such an important thing to consider is if you do qualify, it's potentially 20% off the top, just taken away of that qualified business income you don't have to pay taxes on. So again, potentially, it is something to look at. There's lots of caveats, as is everything with taxes, but something to look at in particular, because there is potentially a large, substantial tax deduction for qualifying for that QBI deduction. And number 3, most importantly, what we work with clients on a very common basis is liability protection. So the common quick answer I get is, oh, I've got insurance, I'm good. We like insurance. Insurance is good, always recommended, but need to have that LLC in place as well. Insurance has caps. Insurance may not pay out for certain reasons if something happens outside of their coverage. So frankly speaking, a limited liability company, that LLC, is a common structure to insulate the rest of our assets from any claims that may arise if a renter slips and falls, or God forbid something worse happens in the house and it's due to your negligence of not fixing something or what have you. We want to insulate that claim. So that's incredibly, incredibly important. From our perspective, that's why we're starting those conversations of protecting the rest of your wealth from anything that results from that claim. So there's, again, things we want to look at: how to bolster that limited liability protection, make sure it's not going to be, quote unquote, piercing the corporate veil, or someone's getting through that limited liability shield. It's a very individualized discussion with clients. But again, if you have rental real estate and it's something that's kind of been in the back of your mind of what if something happens, or do I need to establish an LLC, give us a call. We're happy to touch base. Very common conversation we have, and just helping evaluate whether it's right for you. I hope that helps tee up a few things to think about. Give us a call. Again, happy to touch base. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day.